Hello and welcome to the Photography Instructor Show, the podcast for all things photography and filmmaking. I'm your host, Saurav, a passionate content creator and a photography educator dedicated to helping you master the art and craft of visual storytelling. Whether you're a beginner, eager to learn the basics, a seasoned pro looking to refine your skills, or somewhere in between, this podcast is for you. Each episode, I dive deep into techniques, tips, and the latest trends in the industry. From lighting and composition to editing and equipment, I have got you covered. Plus, you'll hear inspiring stories and insights from industry experts and fellow creatives who share their journey and expertise. So, grab your camera, get comfortable, and let's explore the fascinating world of photography and filmmaking together. This is the Photography Instructor Show, where learning meets creativity. In this episode today, we are diving deep into another most important topic in a photographer's mind. How good is your kit lens? Whether you're just starting out with your first DSLR or mirrorless camera, or you have had your kit lens gathering dust for a while, this episode is for you. Let's break down the myths, the strengths, and the limitations of the kit lens. And I'll even share some tips to make the most of your kit lens. Let's begin. What is a kit lens? When you buy a camera, especially as a beginner, it often comes with a lens bundled in. That lens, usually an 18-55 zoom for crop sensor cameras, is what we call a kit lens. Whereas on a full frame camera, you might see a 24-70 or similar focal range kit lens. These lenses are designed to be versatile and affordable, kind of like the Swiss Army knife of lenses. But because they are made to keep the camera kit affordable, kit lenses sometimes get a very bad reputation in the photography community. So how good is it, really? Let's find out. Let's discuss about the strength of a kit lens. Now, despite what might some people say, kit lenses aren't at all bad. In fact, they have a few strengths that make them ideal for beginners and even some advanced photographers. First and foremost, they are lightweight and compact. You don't need to lug it around like a heavy, expensive lens just to capture great shots. Second, they are versatile. The focal range of 18 to 55 mm, or which would be 24-70 mm on a full frame, covers a lot of ground. From wide angle for landscapes to mid-range for portraits and even a bit of zoom for close-ups or maybe a beginning wildlife. And third, they are affordable. If you are new into photography, the kit lens gives you a solid starting point without breaking the bank. Plus, it lets you learn the basics of composition, exposure, and focal length before committing yourself to a pricier or more expensive gear. Now let us understand the limitation of a kit lens. So since we have talked about the good stuff, we cannot ignore the limitation of a kit lens. First up is aperture. Most kit lenses have a variable aperture, something like f3.5 to 5.6. This means that they are not great in low light conditions, and you won't even get that creamy background blur or bokeh that you might see with a prime lens. Next is the build quality. Kit lenses are usually made up of plastic, so they are less durable as compared to professional grade lenses. Finally, sharpness and image quality. While modern kit lenses are much better than older ones, they might still lack the sharpness and the clarity of a higher end lenses, especially when zoomed all the way in or used at their widest aperture. Now, since we have discussed the limitation and we know the strengths of the kit lens, how do we maximize our kit lens? I have myself owned my kit lens for more than 15 plus years now, and also with a cropped sensor body. But here are my top tips for maximizing your kit lens. First, stop down the aperture. Avoid shooting wide open at f3.5 or 5.6. Instead, Use f8 or f11 for sharper results, especially in well-lit conditions. Second point, use good light. Since kit lenses struggle in low light, shoot during the golden hour or in brighter environments. Third, experiment with focal lengths. Play around with your 18mm for dramatic wide-angle shots and 55mm for tighter compositions. Learn what each focal length does. Fourth, get creative with composition. A great photo is less about the lens and more about how you frame your subject, using leading lines and play with your depth of field. Now, finally, post-processing. Don't underestimate the power of editing. Tools like Lightroom or Photoshop can enhance sharpness, colors, and even correct lens distortion. Remember, it's not about the gear, it's about your creativity and skill as a photographer. Now, final thing, you have owned a kit lens, but when is it time to upgrade, or should you upgrade? If you're finding that your kit lens is limiting your creative vision, maybe you want a lens that performs better in low light or gives you more zoom, it might be time to invest in an upgrade. For example, you could consider a 50mm prime lens, often called as the Nifty 50. It's affordable, great for portraits, and perfect for low light conditions. Or if you're into wildlife or sports, a telephoto lens might be a better fit. But here's the key. Only upgrade when you know what you need. Don't feel pressured to buy expensive lenses just because others have them. Your kit lens can take you far if you use it really, really well. Well, my final thoughts to sum it up. The kit lens is better than you think. It's a fantastic learning tool that helps you explore photography without overwhelming you with complexity or cost. As you grow as a photographer, you might outgrow your kit lens. But remember, amazing photos comes from the person behind the camera, not just the lens attached to it. Until next time, happy shooting, and don't forget to focus on what matters the most, your creativity. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Photography Instructor Show. I hope you found it informative and inspiring. Remember, the journey of mastering photography and filmmaking is a continuous one, filled with endless possibilities and creativity. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback will help me grow and reach more inspiring photographers and filmmakers just like you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more tips, learning, and updates on the upcoming episodes. Until next time, keep capturing those amazing moments and crafting your unique stories. This is Saurav, signing off from the Photography Instructor Show. Keep creating, keep learning, and keep inspiring.